Okay, we're gonna play with some toys. Yeah, you want the toy? And then we're going to go through some of, I think, the white leash skills. Are you smelling your food? Atta girl, get it. You wanna do regular? Some toy play, some tug? Give me a sec. Let me unwrap it. Oh, that's it. Yes. Atta girl. Sit. No. Wow, she's hungry apparently. She ate a lot yesterday too. I'm gonna get a little more toy play out of her before I feed her. Just because I don't like a dog kind of like dismissing me when I'm trying to play with them. I don't know if that's a good habit to always allow. Ready? Oh, get. That's it. Oh, good girl. Atta girl, huh? Oh, you want to be dragged again? Your favorite. Good. There we go. Now we got some playing, and we can switch to toy now on my terms, for lack of a better word. Okay, so let's go through kind of the white leash test and kind of get a baseline as to what progress we're making. You'll notice, if you're familiar with my dog jitsu obedience program, I haven't necessarily been doing a lot of those exercises per se directly, but everything I've been doing should all kind of go back together. So yes, good job. I don't know if she'll understand no in this context, so I think I'm going to have to train this again. No. Yes, good. Okay, well, never mind. I often tell people not to worry about this yes and no drill itself, but to just use yes and no functionally in their regular obedience. That was a good proof of what I was saying. She totally did the test perfectly as far as I'm concerned. Hey, ready? Yes. Yeah, you can see, yeah. She knows the word yes, that's key. I'm gonna be greedy. I'm gonna do one more no before I move to the next item on the test. No. Yes, good job, okay. Yeah, very greedy, but she did it. So, great example of what I tell to my students sometimes. Okay, so now we're gonna try the sit test, or the stay test, I should say. Got some cheese stick that I'm gonna throw. I'm gonna hold the leash for this. I'm using cheese stick because I can throw it easier, and she'll be able to see it. Sit. Yes, that was pretty good. I thought she would break, honestly, because I haven't thrown treats for her very regularly, so I'm very happy with that. Okay, what's next? Here's something I haven't trained at all, which is the recall. She's so small that it's bending down to take on and off the leash is difficult. If you guys don't know my dog jitsu program, I have a whole Facebook group for that, and a whole portion of my website where you can see all of the tests for free on my website. You just have to sign up. The recall test is about being able to put on and off the dog's leash. And a lot of people will tell you, if they're pet people, oh yeah, my dog comes back to me, but once they're there, I can't catch them. They play keep away. So that's why I start my recall with the dog accepting having the leash taken off and put on. And I teach it as a sit, stay. Sit. Sit. Yes. Okay, so Just a quick reminder about sitting and staying. And now this is going to be the hard part. Her sitting while I touch her. I've never done that before. Sit. Sorry, that was a bad rhythm on my part. Good. See how she breaks? No. Sit. See how she breaks? Sit. 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 No. Sit. I'll start simpler. Just that. Yes. Sit. Good. Sit. Yes. That was better. Because I want to be able to grab her collar, I want to be able to unclip the leash, I want to be able to reclip the leash without her breaking her sit. Sit. Good. No. Sit. Good. No. Sit. Good. I'm using light leash pressure to correct the sit. We've already talked about this a little bit. Sit. Yes. There, I grabbed her collar. Actually, grabbing her collar was easier than touching the top of her head, so we might stick with that. Actually, I'm not going to reach for the treats until I say yes from here on out. Hi. Hey, pup. Sit. Yes. I'll post an image of the first level, the white leash test in my dog jitsu program on this video. I'm hoping we'll do most of the items on it. This is a good start on this. Let's see how she does with clipping and unclipping the leash. Hey. Good. Come here. Sit. Yes. Most dogs have an automatic kind of trained response when you click the leash on or off. The dog assumes that they're going to be released to go run. So that's why we teach that test. Okay, I'm gonna make a little obstacle course for her. I'm gonna grab some equipment real quick. Okay, I'm gonna use this brick here. And this brick here. And the confidence test has a couple different parts to it. It has the dog being willing to climb on things and crawl under things and jump. And then it also has a muzzle. And muzzle will be hard because she's already jumping on it for no reason. It also has a muzzle component, which that'll be fun finding a muzzle that fits a bulldog. If you have a bulldog and you know about those, let me know. Beautiful, nice, nice. Yeah, no problem there with her confidence. Good girl. She seems to actually enjoy climbing on things. Good. Now let's see how she does crawling. No problem climbing or crawling. It's good to know. In fact, she seems to enjoy climbing on things. It's one of the things I noticed. If you have seen the banner to the group, the first lesson I ever did with her, she just climbed on that all on her own. And I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be a nosework dog. Yeah, okay. what else is on my test? Greeting. I don't have a stranger here to greet her. Like 4 or 5 of the tests on Dog Jitsu White Leash are sit stays. The stay exercise, which you saw me throw a treat, the recall where you unclip and clip a leash, the greeting a stranger, the dog has to sit while a stranger approaches. There's a few others that are all part in that same kind of general idea. So now luring, okay. So luring, the luring test, the key here is you're not allowed to use any verbal signals or hand signals, which is hard for people, because I'm going to ask the dog to do a bunch of things that the dog definitely knows without any of those signals. So I got to sit. Now it wasn't perfectly lured because she knows that so well. I'm going to try to get now a down if I can. And she doesn't know that word. So, good. I got a bow, right? So now what do I need to do to get the rest of that position? One of the things I've been considering adding to the luring test is also a molding test. Molding has fallen out of favor. The push on the butt for the sit, those kinds of things. This has fallen out of favor in recent times because luring is so effective and so gentle that most people just preferred luring. And since then, like shaping even has taken its place. But I think molding like that, okay, like it's so simple, so easy for the dog to understand, and it gets the dog used to being touched and manipulated by humans, that why do we have such a big issue with it? And I not only, like, even if you want to teach these behaviors with a lure or with shaping, that's fine. Why not also teach them using molding just for the experience for the dog? And she does not want to put that butt down. Okay, so what I'll do to help the butt get down instead of molding is to lure her under my hand. And there it is. Okay, so I didn't actually push her down. She pushed her own butt down. Let's see now some of the other components that I often do on the luring test. Now, whenever I do this test with a student, I always keep going until I see them struggle. She's already struggled. This is mostly a test for the handler, but it kind of is when I'm assessing a puppy, like how much food drive do they have, how focused can they stay on a piece of food, if it moves away from them, do they get annoyed. So I just did a spin. I'll do spin the other direction now. Okay. I like to do backup steps, because these are things usually that the dogs don't know. Good girl. See if I can get her to stand on her hind legs. Good girl. It's not as easy for kibble. I'll use a piece of cheese for that, because I was dropping him down on her face. Good. So luring, that's easy, piece of cake. Let's see what else is there. So go to her crate. I don't have a crate out here, but I can use go to place. That I'd like to see it from 10 feet away. So I'll put this, I guess, I'll put this right here for now. You gonna climb in the back way? Technically, for these tests, I like to see clean repetitions. So I don't like people warming up or anything. I want to see it dry. This is not 10 feet. This is, actually, it's normally 6 feet in the test. I forgot about that, because it's usually the length of a normal leash. Good, sit. I like the dog sit, starting in a sit and heel position. Place. Nope. Good. She doesn't understand how to hold the place position. So what I'd like for the test, and this is good for me to know, she went to the place, and probably I should have rewarded that, reinforced that. But what I'd like to see is that she goes there and auto sits. That she knows that when she gets there, she should await for further instruction. Hey, place, sit, yes. So that's what I'll work on for the rest of her breakfast. And then we'll do some nose work with her later. I'm thinking I'll do some confidence searches in the barn because it's going to be thunderstorming later. Hey, come here. Sit. Good. Place. Yes, there's an auto sit. Very nice. And then the dog shouldn't leave their place until they're released. So that what I'll do often is I'll do the same sit test that I did throwing the treat, but when they're in place. Hey, Maggie. Maggie, come. Sit. Good. Place. Sit. No. Place. Sit. Sit. Yes. So you can see she still needs some work on sitting on command. I mean, she's getting older very quickly, so it won't be long before I start using leash corrections more regularly throughout her training. I just, you know, I'm not rushing to it, but I think mentally she's ready for it. Sit. Good. Place. No. Place. Good. Sit. We'll go ahead and use a leash correction here. The leash correction just looks like this. Calm, steady pressure until the dog sits with a quick release. Sit. We'll do it again. Yeah, I know. You can do it. Sit. Good. The idea here, yes, is to teach her that the leash having pressure on it is a signal that tells the dog to sit. That's the real idea there. More than, sure, it's uncomfortable and there's a negative reinforcement happening, and that'll become more prominent later. But right now, it's just, here's some leash pressure at a level that's really not that bad. Like, she could easily ignore that if she wanted. But it means to do something. And that's the key there. Hi. Sit. Yes. I'm going to throw you some cheese, and then we'll be done. Okay, we're going to work on, to end the session, since I have cheese out, is we're going to work on sitting at a distance. Sit. Yes. Sit. Nope. Okay, I should, yes. Just get the stop first. I know better than that, but I was just curious to see what you would do. I'm not gonna say anything. I won't say anything. Yes. 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 Okay, let's try to add the sit to it. Sit. Yes. Sit. Oh, I didn't throw it actually. Yes. Last one. Sit. Hey, sit. Yes. So yeah, She needs more work on knowing what sit means. But other than that, like, her obedience looks really great. I'm not upset with anything. It's just like, it's more the endless possibility and how far to push everything with a puppy, you know? There's so many things to do. Right, puppy? Right? Isn't that fun? So yeah, she's a lot of cute. We'll keep training her. We'll try to officially pass all her white leash tests soon, and then start her on her yellow leash test. She already has the yellow leash skills, and I'll start training them as well. But we'll start formalizing them, let's say it that way. So thanks for watching.